to separate the men from the boys, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's go. Best verse can't allow my intro. Word your blood, daddy. This time is for taking. Time steady ticking. Food supply getting lower and these diapers getting expensive.
Hey, what up? It's your boy E with BoxingProfits, bringing that toe-to-toe value that's undisputed in this industry. Be sure to watch this whole video to get max value out of it. Like the video, share the video, become a subscriber too, so we can continue to bring value to the sport we all love, and that's boxing, your day. So let's get straight to it. We headed right back to the welterweight division with a former champion, Danny Swift Garcia, current four-time champion. Wow, man, it's pretty amazing that Danny Garcia in this short period of time, man, you know what I'm saying, is able to accomplish the things that he's done so far in the sport, man. I mean, it just feels like yesterday I seen Danny Garcia knock out Amir Khan when he was the pure underdog, you know what I mean? And just seeing him jump for joy and in a state of ecstasy in the ring. And ever since then, man, you know what I'm saying, Amir Khan has kind of become the laughing stock of the boxing world because of his chin is, you know, equivalent to Glass Joe from the first Mike Tyson Punch-Out. But I mean, anyway, man, that's not what this video is about. But you know what I'm saying, Danny Swift Garcia, man, is the pure definition of the underdog. You understand? I mean, this guy, man, everybody counts Danny Garcia out, and he's just one of them soldiers, man, that you can't ever count out. You know what I mean? You know, I've paid my homage to Danny Swift Garcia. I respect him as a man. I respect him as a family man. But most importantly, above all of that, I respect him as a fighter. You understand? So, you know, this fight, man, with Errol Spence Jr. is going to be a phenomenal showdown, man. You're talking about fireworks. I believe that this fight is going to pull out the dog out of Danny Garcia, and it's going to be something that we've never seen from Danny Garcia before. And it might turn out to not work in his favor against the caliber of opponent that he's up against and facing in Errol Spence. But, you know what I'm saying, man, the only time I really seen that dog come out of Danny Swift Garcia was when he fought Lucas Matisse on the undercard of the Floyd Mayweather Canelo Alvarez fight. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like I said before, man, I just have a bunch of respect for Danny Swift Garcia. His interview today with Brian Custer was a fantastic interview, man. Brian Custer asked this guy some well put together questions. You know what I mean? Like, man, and just the way Danny Garcia elaborated. You know, it was just a proliferation of information. And I mean, I was very, very transfixed in his interviews because I saw a side of Danny Garcia that I never observed before, and it was just a good experience, man. I mean, I appreciate Brian Custer for dropping that early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm an early bird. You know, I'd be up at like 4 or 5 in the morning every morning. You know what I'm saying? And it was just good to, you know what I'm saying, get that knowledge up in me early in the morning, you dig? But anyway, man, Danny Garcia, he said some things this morning that really caught my attention. Most importantly was, his mentality, man. Danny Garcia is very, very intelligent, you know, and I've always known that about Danny, you know what I'm saying? But just paying attention to what he was saying, you know what I'm saying? He was well tuned in, and I just get a vibe that Danny Garcia he's dialed in for this fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, he spoke on the coronavirus and his preparation, and it was something that he said that separates himself from a whole lot of fighters. I'm gonna say this is separating from him from about 95% of the fighters in the game. He said during the lockdown, you know what I'm saying? He said it didn't even affect him, is because anytime during camp he's at camp, he's at home. You know. Uh, this lockdown didn't have any effect on him. It's because when he's in camp, he's focused at home. He's totally enthralled on the mission. And let me tell you something, bro. I respect that because I relate to that wholeheartedly, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like a monk when you on a mission. You understand? Whatever it is you planning for, man, you got to go into that monk mentality, man, where you, excuse me, where you 100% dialed in. You know, and just having that mentality, man, it kind of brings to light, you know what I'm saying? It just illustrates his his whole career, is because I can't say that he's an enigma, but and he's definitely not a paradox. But you know what I'm saying? He's just the underdog that always rises to the occasion, and people count him out, and he always comes through to deliver. So of course, I'm still riding with Errol the True Spence Jr., but I just believe that we're going to see, you know what I'm saying, that killer side of Danny Garcia come out in this fight, man. Y'all stay tuned for this fight, November the 21st. It's going to be an excellent showdown, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just believe that Angel Garcia really loves his son. I don't think that Angel is too privy of seeing his son, you know what I'm saying, go down in a battle with another killer like Errol the True Spence Jr. I really feel like Danny Swift Garcia is well equipped to handle himself coming from the streets of Philadelphia. It's tough out there in Philly. Trust me, man. My sister from Philly, you dig? Like you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite rappers coming up was Cool C. How many times I gotta tell y'all that, you dig? So I understand what the vibe is coming from Philadelphia, and I understand that Errol Spence has got to be on his game. Danny Swift Garcia's got to be on his game. Danny Swift Garcia is extremely intelligent, man, both in and outside of the ring. This guy was talking about all his investments. You know what I'm saying? He's got like houses, real estate, what he did with his first check. I mean, man, this fight just has so many different elements to it, man. It's just a perfect compound molecule. I praise and I'm just so thankful for Al Haymon and PBC and Showtime and Fox and all these guys, how they just came together and coalesced and they giving us these fantastic matchups, man. You know what I'm saying? It's because these guys are smart, man. Danny Swift Garcia said with his first fight check, man, he went and brought a house and he flipped it. You dig? Like, man, that's just extreme intelligence, man. That shows you, man, that this guy is extremely disciplined and he's going to do whatever he can to win. And when you got somebody like that in front of you, man, Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying? He's got to be on game, but you know what I'm saying? This is just the perfect compound molecule, man. This is just going to be a corrosive, you know what I'm saying, explosion in the ring. It's just like the hammer hitting the back of the bullet, man. It's just going to be explosive, man. And I just really feel like this fight is going to be on target. You know what I'm saying? It's just the bullseye. It's just well timed. You know what I mean? And I just think that this is going to be one of the best fights of 2020. We're going to go into 2021 with a blast, and this is the gunpowder right here. You know what I'm saying? Danny Swift Garcia and Errol Spence is the gunpowder. That's about to boom explode us into 2021, man. I'm extremely excited because we got two extremely intelligent brothers in the prime of their career. You know what I'm saying? Danny Swift Garcia is going for the gold. Errol the True Spence Jr. is trying to hold his titles. They both done fought back from being in dire straits. You know what I mean? And man, these guys are just, man, blessings to both of them, man. I love them. You know what I'm saying? And to be perfectly honest, man, where we standing right now, man, I just wish this fight ends in a draw. I don't want to see any of these guys lose. But one thing I will take away from Danny Swift Garcia is something that he said in the interview. And it's something that Errol the True Spence Jr. can't relate to, you dig? And he said that for his Thurman fight and the two fights that he lost, you know what I'm saying, he just didn't go that extra mile. He just didn't push that extra step. You know what I mean? And it just reminds me of the book Think and Grow Rich. You know what I'm saying? When the guy gave up when he was just 3 feet from goal. You know what I'm saying? Is Danny Swift Garcia going to do that same thing in a fight with Errol Spence? I mean, when you in a ring with somebody who cuts that switch on, you know what I'm saying, who's in that ring, I'm telling you, man, Texas ain't nothing to play with. Just the mentality from Texas, bro. Look, I know this, all right? So you dig, it's nothing but love, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you dig, like, I understand I understand what it is. You dig? And if Danny Garcia goes in that ring, like I said before, he goes in that ring half-stepping, or if he goes in that ring without that extra push, then, you know what I'm saying, this is something that it might not end out well for Danny Garcia. But, you know what I'm saying, of course, he's going to get that big bag, and that man's going to go load up on some more businesses, load up on some more real estate, and make some more wise investments with his money. So it's a win-win either way for the guys, man. This is just the treat for boxing. I love it so much, man. Brian Custer, I really appreciate that interview, homie. Blessings to you. Link will be down in the description. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure y'all order the pay-per-view fight early, man. Y'all support these these brothers, man, because they doing something wonderful for the sport, the best fighting, the best. We couldn't ask for more. Thank you so much, Al Haymon, the PBC. I can't wait, man. I'm extremely excited. Can y'all feel the energy, man? November 21st is going down. Errol Spence Jr. against Danny Swift Garcia. Y'all smash that like button. Y'all share this video. It's your boy E with Boxing Profits signing out. Until the next one, holla at your boy 100. Woo, out.